Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the legal community, friends, family, colleagues, it is my great honor to address you this evening as the incoming president of the Chicano Hispanic Law Students Association. After following such great speakers, I feel it's a little bit of a hazing exercise to make me follow as incoming president. My full name is Javier Perez-Afanador, and I carry each of those names proudly on all the lines it takes on my driver's license. Coming to know oneself might be the most important and most challenging task many of us will face. Sure, we will encounter many personal and professional crucibles in our time, but determining what those experiences teach us about ourselves and how our own characteristics affect the way we handle those experiences is an imperative I've taken to heart. As I am today, I stand before you because of many experiences like those I mentioned, and because of people who, whether intentionally or not, gave me the impetus that led me to this podium to take the helm of an organization of which I couldn't be prouder. Imagine the gentle tugging of my mother's fingers on my 6-year-old hand as we hiked the steps of the Texas Capitol to protest against the inhumane use of pesticides on migrant farm workers. There, at a podium like this one, I first spoke out for a cause. Under the gaze of Governor Ann Richards, I naively recited my name, address, and phone number to the gathered masses. Consider my wonder and amazement in watching both my parents work tirelessly into the night on their doctoral degrees. This, I thought, was a measure of greatness. So with the help of my dad, I fashioned my own office out of a refrigerator box and worked tirelessly on writing stories and conducting research about the Bernstein Bears. It was over our kitchen table that my family debated where I might go to college. And having been convinced to come to this great university for undergrad, I'm so very thankful for my family's persistence. It was here that I met Kaylee, whose overwhelming and unqualified support have gotten me through any challenges that have come my way. All along the way, I've also been able to count on my little brother, Emilio, to both inspire and make me responsible to my work. To wit, we make weekly pacts to give it our all in our schoolwork. We must take account of the experiences that shape us, for it is there that we find the perspective that gives us future direction and frames the wisdom we've gleaned along the way. After being accepted and committing to this law school, I was contacted by the then incoming president of CHLSA, Christy Caballero. This was the first time I learned of CHLSA, and I couldn't wait to get involved. This group had outstanding programs, a diversity education weekend where attorneys and faculty advised about the road ahead, an education chair, now the outgoing editor-in-chief of the Texas Law Review, and among other things, several mentorship programs to pair 1L students with upper-class students and practitioners in the field. I took advantage of all of these, and I'd like to thank CHLSA, Christy individually, and Andrew Casillas, my upper-class mentor, for making the first-year experience so supportive. In fact, I'd like to thank all of the 3Ls for their guidance, support, and for just being available and invested in this organization. It is invaluable to see people who look like you on the other side of the bridge. And I'm sure I'm not alone in wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. When I was younger, seeing successful and well-respected Latinos opened my mind to the possibilities of achievement. In 2nd grade, I was injured playing kickball at school. I nevertheless trudged along with my parents to an event featuring Representative Gonzalo Barrientos here tonight, with a little bit of gentle tugging like before. We later learned I had a broken collarbone. Sacrifice, it seems, is imbued early on. In talking with Governor Richardson and Ambrosia this morning, we consider the next frontier of progress for Latinos. Social progress thus far has been outstanding, but we still account for only 7% of the Texas State Bar. Our generation stands, the governor suggested, poised to capitalize on the mythical sleeping giant of Latino political presence. Further, we see that the widespread success in the legal field benefits greatly from inheritable institutional knowledge. From preceding attorney family members, though we are relatively underrepresented in this field, it is organizations like CHLSA, MAVA, HBAA, HNBA, and MAL that function as the families of attorneys for aspiring law students like myself and the rest of us in CHLSA. It is these families that can impart the institutional knowledge to both recruit and nurture the success of the future Latino members of this guild. These students will in turn awake the sleeping giant and advance the interests of the community writ large. In this vein, CHLSA remains committed to the cultivation of our members and the advancement of our communities. In the coming year, I hope to guide us towards a closer personal relationship with alumni and friends of CHLSA. We'd like to work together with you, with all of you, to both contribute to our communities and learn from your inspirational success. We've already heard about the great new scholarship program spearheaded by Mr. Garza and Bianca. All of us in CHLSA are very excited to grow closer with our supporters. To wit, again, in the spirit of Fajita Fiesta, which will be occurring on April 5th this year, so get your orders in early. We intend to start new traditions, like a CHLSA tailgate before the football games, a way for us to celebrate or commiserate about the success of our team, whatever the case may be this coming season. As I hope you've gathered, I'm a big believer in the power of family. This collective family ought to continue to grow closer, to help one another, and to collaborate on the challenges here now and those to come. In pursuit of these goals, I'd like to introduce our new incoming CHLSA board. I'll try my best not to make this sound like a sports lineup. Officers, please remain standing. Our returning internal vice president is Ceci Pardilla. Please stand. External vice president, Emma Quintero. Secretary, Cynthia Perez. Co-treasurers, Jessica Powell and Josh Cottle. Our returning and fabulous fundraising director, responsible for this fantastic event, Ms. Ambrosia Ortiz y Prentice. Scholarship Chair, Jaime Resendes. Alumni Relations Director, Linda Peña. Education Chair, Natalie Salvaggio. Returning newsletter editor, responsible for this year's awesome edition of Informe, Daniel Collins. Our NILSA and overall national representative, Bianca Garcia. The new Fajita Fiesta chair, Ruben Carete. And finally, our new Latino Law Caucus chair, Denise Rizzo Patron. Altogether, please join me in welcoming the 2011-2012 Board of the Chicano Hispanic Law Students Association. We very much appreciate you joining us tonight for this incredible evening of celebration and hope. We're so very thankful for the success of CHLSA in its first 40 years, and look forward to celebrating more successes each year for the next 40. Thank you.